Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. Evan Aldo here. Wanted to give you an update on this pretty wild market lately. If you enjoy the content, please leave a like. I'm going to talk about Bitcoin, Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum, and talk about Matic a little bit. That's kind of indicative of kind of what I think of most of the alts in this environment. Also, lastly, I want to talk about the S&P 500 as well. So let's get into it here. So obviously a wild jump up, and I got these two. The first thing I want to show you on the weekly is these two SMAs, and the 200 weekly SMA, 200 weekly moving average. That's this one right here, the higher one. We're now below it, so that's a huge area. And I'm also going to talk about the 50 as well. That's a huge area because if you can break this, break above it, and hold it, that's a bullish sign, and that would have me probably convinced at least like an 85-90% chance that this was the bottom back here. If we do what we did last time when we went above it over here, reject fiercely from it, which this is a volatile day. We're already down from 26.5 all the way down to 24.7. So it was a really big short squeeze. There were a lot of huge liquidations around high 25s, low 26s. It was kind of, just a matter, they don't always get liquidated. That's why, it looked like here it wouldn't happen. And then you had Silicon Valley Bank go down. So it's kind of your unpredictable event. People started to treat Bitcoin as more of what they treat gold and silver in recessions, as kind of a safer haven. The self-custody is obviously a big buying point. Do I think we could act like gold and silver during this recession? It's hard to say. The case that if we're able to break above this, and hold this here, break above, it's not looking good right now. We're below that 25.3 area. Not looking good in my opinion there, but if we're able to break above that and hold it, there would be a higher likelihood that we could be there. Now, with FTX, with all the things going on, I don't think we're going to see that this time in this recession. I'm kind of still in the ballpark. I know some people are going to laugh at this, but I'm still in the ballpark where a little bit more bearish, leaning on the more bearish side where we could reject from these areas. However, if we do pump up above, we close the weekly above 25.3, we pump up to say 27. There's obviously, like everybody's probably been telling you, there's not much between here and 30K. It would be likely that we'd get close to 30K, 29. If we can get to those points, I think this was the bottom. I don't think we're entering a bull run, but I think we're entering, kind of an accumulation phase. Maybe we could, if it's like this, maybe we could get up to 40K this year. I think that's probably the highest I could kind of see us going this year, unless like we have some serious issue, dollar loses, world reserve currency status, probably not going to happen, but some crazy stuff would have to happen. And then kind of your buying power, like Bitcoin's the hedge against inflation, but your actual buying power doesn't really go up too much with it if that happens. So that's what we got to look at as well. The other thing too is the 50 weekly moving average, which is a big point, and the 50 is going to be, let's just turn off the 2 so we can focus on the 50. The 50 is going to be right down here, a little bit lower here, and that's going to be at about 23.4. So if we reject from this area too, that would make things more bearish as well. Only about $1,000 down below. Now, let's get into some TA and what Market Cipher is telling us here. And this is the indicator I use, Market Cipher. We're doing a 20% discount code down below if you guys are interested. Bear Cup 20 is the discount code, so check that out. And you got the green dot here. You're coming up with the money flow. It looks not bad on the weekly. I was a little concerned about the split RSIs here, but now it's looking not too bad. However, this still isn't confirmed. If we come down quite a bit in the next 5 days, this turns out to just be a giant short squeeze this wick up, then that kind of is nullified and you come down deeper here. What I want to show you guys in some of the larger time frames, like the 2 week, this was looking as bad as possible. Now your VWAP's curving back up. However, if it curves back down, what are you looking at? Potentially a blood diamond here. Fun fact, I don't have it on this chart, but if you're on like the Bitstamp chart or one of the charts that have more data, back in 2015, a blood diamond appeared and you crashed down a lot too. So that's still in the cards, I think, as of now. Could change. If what I said happens, we break above that 25.3, close the weekly above it. Also, the other thing I forgot to mention, the weekly. If all of these turn bright, all of these EMAs turn bright, just like they did over here, I think we're entering, right around May of 19, I think we're entering an accumulation phase. And we've already hit the bottom and we're out of the bear market. But until that happens, we're still in the bear market, I think. It's close. It's close right now. Sometimes the market likes to play with you though. If we look at the monthly too, we've already nullified it was copying the NASDAQ after .com bubble so closely. So we've already nullified that. We've made a higher high in this candle, but if that was the high, then you roll over. VWAP is still trying to kind of hitting some traffic, trying to come down here on the monthly. So we have that to look for as well. And the thing too is, okay, so you confirm the green dot in the 2-day. You're coming up. I want to look at the 3-day as well. You're printing a green dot in the 3-day. You're in the green. I'd be a little bit neutral on this. You always want to wait till things confirm, especially with this big pump. Do I want to be chasing this right now as you're rejecting, falling through, rejecting, let's say, from the 200 weekly moving average? No, I definitely don't. And by the way, guys, if you want my exclusive DA and some trade signals, not right 100% of the time, we have a really good community. Check out the link below for my exclusive Discord down below. It is through Patreon. Check that out. And also check out the trading competition with MEXC. You got basically a 1 in 10 chance. I mean, if you got to win the trading competition, but you got some really good odds down below. Details are down below with MEXC to win $250. The specifications are down below. If you sign up to any of the exchanges using my links down below and deposit at least $100, shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID or the email you use to sign up, and I will give you 1 free month in the exclusive Discord. I'm doing that promo for probably another week or so now. So if you guys are interested, check those links out down below. Really good exchange. MEXC, you don't need to use a VPN. Also, if you're in the US, Canada, Australia, or the UK, you can get $20 just for signing up with my link down below. You don't have to deposit anything. I'd suggest, I know it's not a lot of money, but use it to see if you actually like the exchange. See if you like the interface before you actually deposit money on exchange. That's what I would say. So yeah, guys. So let's move on here. 6 hour coming down with the VWAP. That's a higher anchor wave. If we look historically at what these give us, I mean, it was, chopping around here, but then you finally came down. If we do something of this nature, this is, potentially where you could end up, somewhere back at 23.5, testing that 50 weekly moving average, which is going to be a huge area. This is a huge area right here. If we could hold this area that would be strong. If we just crash through this area back to 22, man, it's looking more like the ugliest bull trap ever. You got a bearish div, pretty decent bearish div on the 3 hour. And the other thing I wanted to show you on the 4 hour just before, look here. So look historically on these money flow crossovers, red to green, that worked well. Green to red, down, and red to green up. It's going to break at some point. It's not going to work at some point. I feel like this could be the time where it doesn't work, and you just come down, just cross back into the red. Works probably more than half the time, but it's not going to work every time. 2 hour, very overheated here at the money flow, and you confirmed a bearish div. I would lean more bearish on that. So in terms of the short term, a bit more bearish here. We're coming down. I do have a short trade in. Full transparency, the last 2 short trades I had did get stopped out. I mean, this was a big jump up based on kind of good CPI report, other things. When you let trades ride a while, let the winners ride, you can make that money back pretty quickly. So check out the link below if you're interested in that type of stuff. Obviously, trading is risky. This is for experienced traders only. So yeah, and your EMAs in the 15 are turning into gray. Money flow coming out. Right here, this crossover to red, buy signal. Maybe this crossover to red would be a potential short signal. This one was a buy signal there. This one was, that was a buy signal there. It's been a while since, that was a crossover but it's been a while since the crossover here either way kind of gave you a short signal. So keep that in mind. I kind of am feeling like we might come down to these points and test these points. That's going to be really the test. That's going to be the test there. I wanted to talk quickly about Bitcoin dominance. This is another reason for the long term, it's best to be DCAing into Bitcoin right now. I have a lot of info on that in the kind of macro strategies in my exclusive Discord. So yeah, but look at this, as bullish as possible. I would probably be waiting at least until high 40s, if not 50 or higher to get into altcoins. You got time to get into altcoins, I think. Not financial advice, but that's what I think. I mean, maybe you're lucky you're in the couple altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin, but this has been a largely driven Bitcoin rally, 45% right there, and it looks like it could go a lot higher. Let's look at Ethereum a little bit. So it's a lot of the same ballpark. 2 weeks still seems like it wants to give us that bearish trajectory, that we potentially come lower into sometime later this year. VWAP is coming up now, but if it curves down, you still potential to get a blood diamond here. And I mean, as we come into the recession, I don't think ETH is going to act more like gold and continue forward. I think if anything acts more like gold and can really continue forward, it's going to be Bitcoin. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I don't want to bore you too much with it. It's a lot of the same analysis as Bitcoin. Both Bitcoin and ETH are printing the trend reversal on the daily. These tend to, usually pump up a little bit higher, but these tend to get it kind of close here where you talk about, look at that one, big drop down. This one obviously came up higher. They're not always that great. This one you came up higher, but then you had a big drop down. So you could be getting there. If it's like that, you're all the way back to 1300 pretty quickly. So market likes to play games with you. The bears got excited, came down. Bulls are getting excited now. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a choppy year. You're also hitting this big fib level that you hit it back here, but you never really tested it too much. Now you're testing it and you're printing a bearish div here. Same thing like I said on Bitcoin, these money flow crossovers. They've been, well, on ETH not as good, but I have a feeling this one's not going to work out too well unless you somehow could pump up to 1900 and Bitcoin pumps up to 30K. Never say never. It's possible. Definitely possible here, but that's what I'm looking at. And then bearish div confirmed on the hourly. Looks like a potentially good short there. I do have a swing short for ETH that I've been holding on for a while, like a long time for ETH. Mainly more of the short-term trading I've done with Bitcoin lately. So yeah. And then let's just look at Matic. This is one of the popular altcoins. This is symbolize a lot of these altcoins. It's hitting some major, resistance right now. Trend reversal on the 16-hour, and you're rejecting from this area. I'm not saying you necessarily hit the top, but we definitely are starting to run into some traffic, starting to hit some trouble here. So, thing too is if you look at split RSI curving down the weekly, nothing goes just straight down, guys. And then the 2 weeks about to print a red dot there. Let's actually look at. I just want to look at the chart with more. That's coming down to that money flow. And get a nice red dot there. So I think you got some more downside here. S&P 500, let's take a look. On the weekly, you still have the red X after the red dot. I'm not going to spend a real ton of too much time on this, but right here, it's like this trajectory. You could be coming down to mid-May, 3,400, that kind of area. You could come down in the next few months here. So that's that. And then I also wanted to show you the 10 day as well. Red dot, money flow coming out, a little trigger wave. Doesn't get too much more bearish than that. Your splitter size are now starting to curve back down here, so it seems like this rally is generally over. I think it's going to be a long time before we see us substantially break through or stay above 4,000 for a while here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right there. Hope you guys enjoyed the update. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Check out the trading competition with MEXC down below or any of the exchanges down below. Like I mentioned, if you deposit at least $100, I will give you 1 free month with my link. You gotta use my link and send me your UID in a DM on Discord. I'll give you 1 free month in the exclusive Discord. I also have a trading course. If you guys are new at this, want to know how to interpret market cipher, trading psychology, some really good strategies there. Link in description below. There's a discount code down below as well. The indicator I use is market cipher. If you want to get market cipher, there's a 20% discount code down below. Discount code bearmarket20. You do need to use my link down below as well. All right, guys. Hope you have a good one. Goodbye.